If you give yourself time to watch this video, that means that your health is very important to you. And my goal right here is to give you the greatest value ever. I'm not gonna waste your time because that's not my goal. My goal is for you to get to the body that you're looking for and to get results. Add a lot of value in your life. So let's begin. Let's begin with the real deal. I'm gonna begin with the story. The story of one of my clients. She actually is giving great results right now. But back in the past, it was a month that she actually was getting the wrong results. She was actually gaining weight. So when I assessed her, I took my time to ask a couple questions. That is very important. When you're not going in the right direction, you need to ask yourself, why is this not happening? Why I'm not losing weight? Why I'm not getting the body that I'm looking for? It's not your thyroid. I'm not saying that your thyroid doesn't contribute, but it's a small percentage. We're talking about less than the 10%. If we're talking about less than the 10% that your thyroid contribute to your weight loss or gain, that means that you have another 90% out there that it's part of your behavior. So if you're not losing that weight, don't blame it to anything else. Take responsibility and find out what is wrong. So that's exactly what I do with my clients. We sit and we talk about the things that actually are not right in their behavior and see how we can fix it. And there is nothing wrong with having mistakes. I do have mistakes, and I actually study my life and find out what is it that I'm doing wrong to actually go to the right direction. So that's how I help my clients. So the story goes like this. She came to me, we sit and we started talking about it, and she actually missed a couple sessions with us, more than a couple sessions. She missed almost a whole month. Probably she came like 4 times in the whole month. We found one mistake right away, right? She wasn't coming to train, but it's not the only one. The eating probably was a big one as well. So we sit and we start talking, and she said, well, let me think about the things that I'm doing. I'm eating healthy, and she started talking to me about the things that she was doing, and I let her speak, and as she was speaking, finally she told me, oh, you know what? I think I add sugar to my coffee. And I say, okay, sugar actually it's a factor. If you add in sugar to your coffee, do you do that only once? And she said, no, I did it more than one time. Because if she did it only once, I don't think that's a big contributor. For doing a mistake here and there, sometimes that doesn't make you gain weight. But I'm gonna quote a great guy. His name is Jim Rohn, and he said, "You have to think about the future. You have to think about the decisions that you're making right now. They're going to affect you in the future. If you eat in a sneaker bar instead of a apple, is that gonna affect your future? Well, if you're doing it every day, it might, right? If you do it once every 10 years, I don't think you should be worrying about. But if you do it every day, you should think about where this is going to lead you. So let's go back to the coffee and sugar. So that's the same applies in that situation. If she puts sugar once, I don't think it's a big deal. But if she's doing it every day, so then it's a big deal. Those calories add up. If we're talking about 2 or 3 teaspoons, how many are we talking about? Because by the end, they're going to add up. And how many cup of coffees are we talking about? 3? 1? Are we talking about 4, 5 a day? So I will continue talking. We noticed that she was drinking around 3 cups of coffee. And the 3 cups of coffee was loaded with sugar. So all those calories load up. So as she was thinking, she also found out that she was drinking. And she was drinking a couple of glasses every other day. Those are empty calories as well. They have no nutrients, just like the sugar. The sugar has no nutrients. The only thing they have is the simple carbohydrates, which is energy that is going to transform into fat because they're extra calories. So now we have 2 factors right there. We have the sugar, we have the alcohol. Then, as we continue talking, we find out that she was eating a couple processed bars. That's another factor. And we continue talking, and she come up with a couple of other things, and then finally something clicking in her head, and she say, do all that add up by the end? And I say, yes. Everything that you're doing little by little, it adds up. And the same works in the opposite. If you doing something that is contributing for you to lose weight, it also adds up. So as you gaining weight by putting all these bad habits, those extra calories in your life, you can reverse that by doing the opposite. And you can start losing weight by doing the opposite. So here's a great example. While you can eat around 1600 calories with you healthy eating, because think about this. The reason why you're eating is because you need nutrients in your body. And those nutrients are needed for your body. We're talking about minerals, we're talking about vitamins, we're talking about protein, we're talking about fats, and we're talking about carbohydrates. You need all that to survive. So your body requires that food for your sight, for your metabolism, for your digestion, for everything. So when you eat a lot of calories, if you're coming from the right food, actually you won't be able to eat a lot of calories because they're coming from the right food. Most of these foods, that whole foods such as veggies, we're talking about fruits, they have a lot of nutrients, a lot of minerals, a lot of vitamins. When you eat that, you're getting a lot of vitamins, you're getting a lot of nutrients that your body needs to function normally. And the calories that you're eating are just enough for you to actually survive and stay active by you getting all these nutrients for your body to function correctly. The opposite happens with processed foods, with empty calories. When you eat empty calories, you don't get any nutrients. You get nothing for your body to function perfectly. And you put in a lot of calories. So you put probably you're doubling the calorie intake when you're eating that processed food. And the reason is because, once again, your body is looking for nutrients and you're not getting those nutrients and you're always going to be hungry. And when you eat extra calories, those extra calories are going to be transformed into fat. When you're eating whole foods, you're eating enough calories and you're getting a lot of nutrients, and you're going to burn these calories within your daily routine. When you eating processed foods, when you getting empty calories, you're eating a lot more calories. Instead of eating 1600, you're gonna end up eating around 3000 calories. And here is the issue. The issue is not only the calories, once again, it's the nutrients that you are getting. Here, the truth is that you either get nutrients or you don't get nutrients. And you decide what foods you want to eat, once again. But if you're doing it for weight loss, and to be healthy, it's very important that you eat nutrients. Now we have an idea about the calories that you're eating. So every single time that you eat something, think about it. It adds up, depending to where you're going. If you want to lose weight, you want to eat the right foods. And if you think you can get away with one thing, think about it again. If you eating little by little the wrong things, it won't add up. And instead of you losing weight, you're going to be gaining weight. Just like my client was doing because she wasn't eating the right foods. And she noticed, and that's the reason why the assessments are very important. Because you can approach those problems. And once you approach them, you do something about the issue that is happening. Now, let's talk a little bit about exercise. Since my client was missing a lot of her sessions, not only she was putting a lot of extra calories, empty calories, she was also not burning those calories. So while she was, let's put this an example, eating around 2500 calories, she was only burning around 1600. She has some extra fat that she wants to get rid of. She's putting some extra fat on top of that, and she's not burning enough calories. And she's not increasing her metabolism. Because she's not increasing her metabolism, she's not burning even more calories. So all that little by little adds up. Think about it. It's like compounding. Remember that story where you can make $100 every day, or you can make a penny and doubling your income every day? You see the difference within the month, you make millions. Why? Because it compounds. The same happened with the calories. Every single time that you eat the wrong foods, it compounds. And yes, it gets difficult to lose that weight and you don't see the exit. It's not because there is something wrong with you. It's because you're doing the wrong thing. So the first thing that I recommend is take responsibility of those actions that you do it. Be clear with yourself. Be honest with yourself. Understand that it's something wrong once again, and then fix it. Study your life. Go back and say, okay, this is what I'm doing wrong, this is what I'm doing right. Once that happens, once you know that you're doing all these mistakes and they're compounding, come up with a plan. I recommend you do that. So this is the other issue that we have with my client and I. So this is the next point that I talk to my client about. So every time that I have an assessment with one of my clients, we design a plan. And what we do, we write it down in paper and make sure it's completely clear. So she has something to follow with no problem. That is, okay, I can see it, I can touch it, I know what I should be doing every day. So every month or every assessment with one of my clients, we recreate a new plan that it's helping her or him to get to her goals, and every single time it's improving. So that day with my clients, we said, and I asked her, do you bring your goal sheet? And she said, no, I didn't bring it. Okay. Then I explained to her exactly what I'm going to tell you right now. If you're going somewhere where you've never been before, you are going to get lost if you don't have directions or if you don't have a map. Well, at least now a GPS, right? Why are you going to get lost? Because you don't know where you're going. If you don't know where you're going and you're just walking in circles and figure eights, that's not going to get you anywhere. You need a destination. You need a start point and you need a destination. You need to know exactly the steps, the roads, and everything that you're going to follow to get there. How long it's going to take you. The better the plan, because the plan is a guess, but the better the plan is, the closer your guess is going to be. Your time is very important. We all here in the US, we're rushing everywhere. And many people don't have time to do anything. But they don't think about when they have that time to do something. They don't give it the value right in the moment. Here is a great example. I give my clients an hour to sit and go through a goal sheet. You know, if you spend 45 minutes, an hour with me, creating a sheet, that means that you're not going to waste this time. That means that this is something important that you're going to follow. It is something that has a lot of value for you. And the same with you. If you're watching this video, I know that your time is very important. So pay attention to this. Creating a goal sheet is very important. Once you find out your mistakes, once you understand what your mistakes are, don't go just thinking, okay, these are my mistakes, I'm going to fix them every day. Write it down. Find out what are your mistakes and write down, okay, I'm putting sugar on my coffee. I'm eating a processed bar every day instead of a fruit. I am drinking 2 glasses of wine. And I am overeating some of the white bread. And whatever you're doing, write it down. And you know where your mistakes are. Now, on the right side, on the bottom, in another sheet, whatever you want to do, write down how you're going to fix it. And you see that every single point that is adding up, now it's going to be the opposite. You're going to take it away, and it's going to add up to the opposite thing, which is losing weight. When you have your plan set up, okay, I recommend you watch the video. There is a plan creator, a meal plan creator, so you have an idea how to set up your goals, and you have an idea how to set up your meal plan. That'll be a good video to watch because it's going to give you a lot of value. But once you set up your goals, it's something specific that you can do every day. And it's going to add up to your health. It's going to help you to lose that weight and to actually get the body that you want. The same thing goes with your exercise. You exercise, if you don't do it, if you miss 2 days, 3 days a week, those 3 days, you're not going to recuperate them. They're gone. Your time is gone. Okay? And don't think that I have about next week. You don't have next week. That time that you had, it's gone. Think about it. And you've been saying probably this now for 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years. Since when you've been trying to lose weight? Stop trying to lose weight. Do it. Don't let it again for tomorrow. Tomorrow is gonna happen tomorrow. Because every time that you don't exercise, then you don't put that effort, that you don't put that time, it adds up, and once again you're not getting to your goal. So make sure you write down your goals, follow your goals clearly, find all the mistakes, and put it on the other side how you're gonna fix them. Fix it completely and go from there. So that's it for today. So let's summarize everything. First of all, the first thing that you need to do is find out your mistakes. What mistakes are compounding? They're going to affect my future, the next month, the next year, the next 10 years, how I'm gaining weight. Once you find out those mistakes, reverse those mistakes by fixing it, by doing the opposite to get those results. And after that, what you want to do, decide your plan. It's very important that you decide your plan so you can follow every day and go from there. Okay? So thank you so much for watching this video. I hope this helps. Remember to watch the meal plan creator to know how to set up those goals. Other than that, see you next time. Thank you.